What's up, studs? Canal here, bulls on Wall Street, bros and non-bros. Yo, let's get to work. We got important things for tomorrow. So first of all, the market had a nice trend day today. We are running hot into tomorrow's FOMC. We've got some CPIs, FOMCs. We've got all sorts of stuff happening this week. Tesla pay package vote on Thursday. That's been a big overhang on the stock. So we've got, I think, just a really good, solid week ahead where we're going to be able to do some stuff. So let's go and let's get into this. So the QQQs going into the FOMC is looking fantastic. Guys, one thing to remember is that, they're going to give some commentary on the interest rates. They're not going to cut. We already know that. They're probably going to be pretty hawkish. We already know that. It may not matter. What we've noticed in the market is that they're buying these damn dips. They're buying these dips no matter what. So the Fed can come in and say whatever they want. But the way this trend is working is, when we start to dip down 3-4 days, even 2 days, right, the market's been getting bought up. And that is the main thing to remember. Price is the only thing that pays. Price is the only thing that pays. And so we're going to have to just be mindful of that. Now, if we go in, and we just look at tomorrow, we've got a handful of things that are happening here. We've got CPI at 8:30, and that's going to move the market. But once again, this is one of those things that's been happening is that, the CPI can come out very nasty, and we could have a nasty reaction. But they are still buying up those dips, but for a day, for 2 days, you never know, right? You could get all sorts of nastiness, but we are getting those dips bought up. So don't be going, so balls deep into shorts and stuff like that. Everything on the short side right now is a scalp day trade. You don't want to be holding overnight because the trend is just too strong in the market. But CPI, then 2 o'clock FOMC, and then 2:30 Fed chair conference, all right? Guys, when you look at this, always remember that the move at 2 o'clock is always spike up, then down, and then like this. All right. It's when old Jerome gets on, that's when the trend usually sets, whether it's going to be up or down. So just be mindful of that. There's always kind of a couple double lutsies and shakeouts that happen. So just kind of keep that into the back of your head. The SPY is flagging too, right? Like this is, besides the IWM, everything else is looking hunky-dory. The IWM is just in a giant monster cock range. There's not much we can do about that one, right? But there's good trading action in the market. There's spec money coming. There's dips are getting bought. There's different stocks that are going. You're seeing moves like ARM and, ENPH and different things that are setting up that the dips are getting still bought, even intraday. So just kind of be mindful of that. You can even see the QQQ, right? It had a nasty little open for a hot second, and then whoop, right? We just came right through and pushed through, and that's just happening a lot right now. So let's get into today's watch list. I don't want to get things too crazy. Let's go in and dig in our game plan for tomorrow. So Iron, took out its range today. Watch any weak open on this. I think we want to try to red to green this. It's been red to greening a lot, right? Anytime it gaps down, it's been going red to green. Even when Bitcoin itself is pulling back, this is going, the other way. So just something to be mindful. Where like, a lot of times like a coin, for example, when Bitcoin takes a dump, like coin takes a huge crapper too. And, they sometimes move just so in sync. This one is not doing that. It's starting to unleash in huge liquidity, 28 million shares. If it gaps up though, we're not chasing it. It's done. The play is done. If it gets up to like $13 tomorrow, it's probably going to pull. ASTS, they got a secondary out of the way. And that got bought up really, really fast. That's what you really want to see. When you announce some news and you kind of get weakness in the market in the morning and it just gets bought up and then it moves this clean, I mean, there's nothing more beautiful than that. This is just a clean, picture-perfect chart. That's what you want these things to look at. Affirm, remounting the 50 and the 200. You're starting to test out this level of resistance where we've kind of had a longer-term bottoming pattern here. And you had some news with Apple Pay today in the morning. The action on it wasn't really like that sexy, but I think if it unleashes, it'll get sexy. What happens is when stocks trade inside a range, they kind of move a little bit more choppy. But as soon as this thing starts to push through, if it does, then it's going to act a lot better. FSLR, dude, this one should, weak open on this one, right? See this morning dump, and then it's getting bought up. This is happening a lot on this name, man. It's got crazy range, but big spread. So watch your size. A lot of people are getting themselves, a little bit of trouble on this one, because if you go like say 1,000 shares of this thing, the spread's like 70-80 cents. It'll kind of get you out of the play relatively quickly. Hey, with GME pushing today into the close, I've got this alert set on Reddit for around 63. You got kind of multiple levels that it's starting to push through. You got 2 trend line breaks that it's pushing through, man. It's really setting up. This one's also a business to trade. It's got a spread on it too. It's got wick. So it is a little bit, it's not a stress-free trade. It's a stress trade. But hey, that's what we get paid for, right? That's why we get paid them little bucks. Crowd. Inside day today. Look. Inside day today. Week open. Take out this range. And we're in for a party. All right. NEOG. I like this one. I've been putting this on the watch list for a few days. Beautiful trend on this today. Overtaken. The 200-day moving average is looking good. Netflix got a flag pattern. 1 test, 2 tests, 3 tests. 654 should send this bad boy in. And that should break this thing out and get it into that 700. That'd be a nice target. We got risk down to about the 20 SMA. Good looker. Qualcomm. Man, this thing is tighter than the goose's caboose over here, right? If you look here, right, you're just coiling up, tightening, and just compressing that range till you get this Butamus Maximus Meridius move. Watch this 210. I think that releases the Kraken. When I say release the Kraken, Qualcomm moves so damn slow. So release the Kraken as in like a slow, awesome shred. Sell H, rubber band setup. Hammer candle at the 200-day moving average. Oversold as a mother sucker. Let's see if we kind of weak open, test it. I won't chase a gap up. Flat open, weak open. I think I'll probably give this one a little bit of a whirl. And that's it for tomorrow, all right? Guys, remember, the QQQ, SPY, all this stuff, the indexes, you're going to get some shakeouts tomorrow. First hour will be hot, and then it's going to be dead going into 2 p.m. Do not burn your mental capital into that, right? For me, I probably just watch and sit out. I hate, unless it's very, very juicy, I won't make a huge move into the FOMC. It's, you play that for the love of the game, but you're not necessarily getting like a huge, edge when you play FOMC and Jerome Powell movements, right? But hey, that's life in the fast lane. I love you guys. Peace.